Oh, hey guys, it turned into a nice day kind of. A couple weeks ago I made a video about Indian Chief Cornstalk, who was beat at the Battle of Point Pleasant and surrendered eastern Ohio, 1775 to Americans, what was called Lord Dunmore's War. Talk to you about another Indian chief. This would be Tecumseh. It's not really clear where he was born. Generally, people say that he's born in Chillicothe, Ohio, but that word Chillicothe apparently in the Shawnee language just means chief village. A lot of people think he was born here in Greenville. There's even some reason to believe that he was born in Janelou, West Virginia, because later in life he visited and said, "I'm from here." But generally, I think the consensus is either what's now known as Chillicothe or here in Greenville. So in 1775, the Indians relinquished eastern Ohio to American settlers. The settlers just kept coming. And about, I think 1794, 1795, you had the Northwest Indian War, which is here in western Ohio. Tecumseh was pretty angry. White man didn't keep the word, and he fought pretty well. He really did, considering the technology level of the Indians and the fact they just didn't have the population as the Americans. They fought very, very well. He's actually kind of admired, even by the settlers. General Sherman, William Tecumseh Sherman, was named after him. So Tecumseh gathered an army, and he just kept beating the Americans. And finally Congress got serious, and they raised a standing army in Cincinnati called, I think they called Legion of the United States, 5,000 soldiers, and they came up here to Greenville, around this area right here, and built a fort. Wow, I thought someone was on me. It was just a tree. They built a fort, and then they marched toward Detroit, because that's where the British had control of Detroit, in violation of the treaty, but they had control of Detroit, and they were feeding guns to the Indians. Well, the two armies met at a little bit southwest of modern Toledo, at what's called the Battle of the Fallen Timbers, and the Americans won. And then Tecumseh later came down here to Greenville and signed a treaty where he relinquished control of Ohio and went to what was then called Indiana. Of course, Americans didn't stop. So the War of 1812, they pushed them out of Indiana, and then again around 1840 you had the Black Hawk War in Illinois. Abe Lincoln fought in that war, where they forced the Indians completely out of the area east of Mississippi. They pushed across the Mississippi River, and then at the end of the Civil War, the Indians rebelled again, and they got pushed out of Missouri and Kansas further west. My great-grandpa, James W. DeBar, after serving in an army in Western Virginia, Union Army, was deployed to Kansas, and he was mustered out at Fort Leavenworth. He wasn't in jail. That was an actual military fort, which was the base for fighting the Indians after the Civil War. There's a little history there. I'll holler at you later.